Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the capital of Spain for what is the second league game of the season for both these sides, Real Madrid and Real Sociedad. Real Madrid will be aiming to make its successive victories at the start of the 26-27 campaign, having already dispatched Espanyol by 2-1 in their opener. Although they did leave it late, thanks to a 90th minute winner from debutant Carlos Espi. Jose Mourinho's side will know that the room for error this season in their title race is small if they are to finish above Barcelona, that thumped Elche 5-0 in their campaign opener. Meanwhile, Real Sociedad started their 26-27 campaign with a 1-0 defeat to Real Betis. The visitors finished 10th during a disappointing league campaign last season, so there's plenty of room for improvement this term. But they will play European football this campaign, courtesy of their domestic cup success last season. To date, Pellegrino Materazzo's side have not made a single signing this summer, but they have managed to keep hold of star player Mikel Oyarzabal, who had allegedly been of interest to Barcelona. So on to team news then, and we start with Real Madrid. They are unchanged, with Jude Bellingham, who had ice strap to his ankle after being replaced in the latter stages of the clash with Espanyol last time out. He is okay to start, but the clash has still come too soon for the likes of Eder Militao, Rodrigo, Raul Asensio and Ferland Mendy, who remain sidelined. So Real Madrid will line up like this. In goal is Courtois, the back four of Dumfries, Canate, Huijsen and Carreras, the midfield two of Silva and Valverde, with Güler on the right, Bellingham through the middle and Vinicius Junior on the left hand side. Meanwhile, up front and leading the line is Kylian Mbappe. On the bench for Real Madrid this evening is Alexander-Arnold, Camavinga, Cestro Sancho, Kirira, Cucurella, Diaz, Diamande, Espe, who of course scored that winning goal, Lunin, Mestre, Rivas and the former Chelsea man Rudiger. As for Real Sociedad, well, Spain striker Mikel Oyarzabal is back after being a used substitute against Betis last time out. He starts up front. Batia, Turrientes and Ushing are the other starters, with Zabeldia, Baranetskia, Oscarson and Sola all dropping to the bench. So Real Sociedad will line up like this. In goal is Romero, the back four of Aramburu, Batia, Martin and Gomez, midfield two of Torrientes and Herrera, with Kubo on the right, Sukic through the middle and Uiching on the left hand side. Oyarzabal leads the line. On the bench for Real Sociedad is Aguirre, Baranetskia, Guedes, he's back from an injury, Labauria, Marshall, Morero, Muniz, Oscarson, Pacheco, Sola, Zakiaran and Zubeldia. The referee will be Mateo Busquets Ferrer. So he's the man in the middle this evening. Well, Real Sociedad have only won 38 of their previous 185 matches against Real Madrid, and they suffered a 4-1 defeat to Real when the pair last locked horns in February of this year. In fact, they've not actually overcome Real Madrid since May 2023. And that is their only success in the last 15 meetings between the two sides in all competitions. So, of course, it is the first competitive home game for Real Madrid of the Jose Mourinho era, isn't it? Mark II. Of course, he was here a very long time ago, but he's back in the dugout. So I'm sure he will get a huge reception from those Real Madrid supporters as he shakes hands with his opposite number in the Real Sociedad dugout, Materazzo. And we are almost ready to get you underway here as the ball is on the centre circle. The two teams are pretty much out and we're ready to get you underway. Real Madrid will of course be in their traditional all-white shirts, shorts and socks. They've got a red trim these days, or this season should I say, on the old shoulders and the shorts. Or something a little bit different maybe to what is usual. As for Real Sociedad, they'll be in their all black colours. So well, as I say, we are getting ready to go here. The second league game of the season. And just looking at the table. And of course you can't really look at the standings these so early in the competition, can you? But well, Real Madrid sits 7th. Of course a win for them tonight would take them straight up back to the top of the table. Real Sociedad have actually dropped into the bottom 2, 19th place for them. And well, we're just seeing Cucurella come on the field, and what a lovely moment for him. Of course a new signing, joined from Chelsea in the summer. He's not in the starting lineup tonight, but he is on the bench. And I'm sure those Real Madrid supporters will be looking forward to waiting to see what he can deliver from the left-hand side. And well, he certainly showed what he could do in his days at Brighton, didn't he? Got him the move to Chelsea, and he just kept going up and up and up. And now I bet he can't wait to get on that field and taste the competitive action. He did actually come on for the last 26 minutes against Espanyol in that 2-1 win for Real Madrid. But he's not starting tonight either. He's on the bench. But well, the two teams are just shaking hands, and we are ready to get you underway here in just a couple of moments. So if you have just tuned in, then a very good evening to you. Thank you very much for tuning in to us. You are listening to the unofficial studio based off tube commentary of Real Madrid against Real Sociedad in this top flight Spanish fixture. So the two teams are around the centre circle now, as the arms are in arms, and the ball is in the centre circle as the officials get ready. And for Real Sociedad, I'm sure they will want to forget about that defeat to Real Betis, won't they, on the opening day? Just a 1-0 defeat. And of course, I'm sure they'll be delighted they've managed to keep Mikel Oyarzabal as well, their star striker, who has been rumoured to be moving to Barcelona. He got 15 league goals last season. Did Oyarzabal, how they would love him to start as he means to go on this evening. I'm sure the Real Sociedad supporters will be hoping that is the case, but it will be Real Madrid then that will get us underway in this one, kicking from left to right in the first half as we look, and Real Sociedad from right to left. So we're off and running with the ball in the shape of the former Liverpool man Canate. And Real Madrid will take stock of possession just inside the centre circle. And the ball will go all the way back to Courtois in the Real Madrid goal, who kept 13 clean sheets last season in this competition. And like a foul there on Bellingham early on. There was a little bit of a insurance whether he'd start tonight, because he limped off. He had to have an ice pack on his leg when he came off against Espanyol, but all is okay. Seems all right. Here you go, Real Madrid then, just inside their own half. The ball is shaped over to this near right-hand side. Here is Dumfries now. Knocks it back. Denzel Dumfries, who of course joined from Inter in the summer. The Dutch right back. Plays it back to the centre of Canate, who clears it forward. Down that right-hand side, looking for the chase of Vinicius Junior, but he's not going to keep that in. He tries his best to do so. And it goes out for a throw-in to Espanyol, and they will get us underway down this near side. Here is Gomez. He rolls it back into the central defence of John Martin, the Sociedad one club man. Just 20 years of age is John Martin. As the ball is punted over to that far right-hand side. Real Madrid trying to win it back, and they have won it back. And here's Bellingham on the edge of the D. He's gone down. Is that a free kick? The referee's wave play on. Here's Gula out to Vinicius Junior on the corner of the penalty area. Back to Gula now. Real Madrid have possession deep inside the Real Sociedad half, and Real Sociedad force them back there. And Real Madrid do really well, and they get it on this near right-hand side. Here is Dumfries down that right as he won a throw-in. Well, he's certainly hoping he did. And here is Bellingham. Just seen it again. That was a free kick all day. Torrientes it was that slid into him, caught him. And Jose Mourinho was not impressed with that at all, I can tell you. But I think he feels the play should have been drawn back to the free kick, but it wasn't to be. But Real have it now on the edge of the area. Here is Vinicius Junior with a shot, and it's just over the bar. Well, a warning sign there for Sociedad, just letting Vinicius Junior have a little bit more room than maybe he required. Edge of the D, central position, fired it left-footed. The ball flies over the crossbar. He actually got booked in the 2-1 win over Espanyol last season. 16 league strikes for the Brazilian last campaign. And he was a little bit further away from getting one off the mark there, as the ball sailed pretty comfortably over Ramiro's crossbar. As we've played 3.5 minutes, where it is Real Madrid 0, Real Sociedad 0. And here come Real Sociedad now attacking down the left-hand side. Here's Sergio Gomez, plays it down the line, decent ball, arching with a cross into the box. Cleared away, he was looking for Ayathabel, but Real Madrid do well and clear their lines. But a little combination there between Gomez and Oching, the Kenyan. Going to show what he could do down the left-hand side. He got 9 goals and 2 assists the last campaign in Real Sociedad B team. Only played twice for the seniors, so he's certainly shown what he can do, the 23-year-old now, hoping to stake a claim in that first team. As Real Sociedad then have possession at the back. Here is Betia out to Martin. Back into the centre circle. Real Madrid looking to nick that ball. Bellingham sliding in, and they do. They win it back, and here they come. Here's Valverde charging forward now over the halfway line. He's got options to the left of him. Uses Carreras. He puts the cross in, misses everybody, and it will go out for a goal kick to Real Sociedad. But a great tackle from Bellingham there. The way he just slid in and used his studs to get the ball. Clean connection it was, and then move the ball on for possession with Real Madrid. And they just couldn't make of it what they wanted. But in the meantime, here come Sociedad with Ayathabel, picks up the ball inside the centre circle. That looked a foul there on the Spanish striker, and in fact it will be. Free kick. Look, it was Vinicius Junior just tracking back there. And Herrera it was who was hauled down in the end. And there will be a free kick to Sociedad, which they take reasonably quickly. And they have it at the back, just playing it through the lines, or trying to. Madrid standing firm, out to the near side to Aramburu. Goes on a little run there inside, nice little run as well. Eventually Valverde wins it back, and here's Vinicius Junior now. Down the left-hand side, he puts one ball through, chance for Mbappe, into the box. Oh, it's saved by the legs of the Real Sociedad goalkeeper Romero. Lovely play by Real Madrid. They move the ball so quickly. And then it was one pass from Vinicius Junior, releasing Mbappe into the area, down the left-hand side. Tight angle for him. Hit the shot, but it was a bit of a a low daisy cutter, really didn't get hold of it. But give credit to Ramiro, he stood firm and saved it with his legs. And that's the first real clear-cut chance we've had in the opening 6.5 minutes here. Real Madrid 0, Real Sociedad 0. But here comes Sociedad now on the attack down the right-hand side. Bell, lovely 1-2 play. It's inside the Real Madrid box. Canate gets it away, only as far as Aramburu. He's going to strike it from there. He does. 35 yards out, but the ball flies well over the crossbar. Well, certainly can't blame him for having a go there, John Aramburu, the Venezuelan, who actually scored in the 3-1 friendly defeat to Chelsea just a couple of weeks ago. And you certainly can't blame him for having a strike. Only ever scored 2 league goals for Real Sociedad. It's a rarity there, but here come Sociedad once again, just knocking the ball around the centre circle at the moment. Find a bit of space. Aramburu is screaming for it again on that right, and he gets it, hugging the touchline on that near right hand side. Nice little bit of play, 1-2, and inside back out to Sukic back into Turrientes, and Sociedad can build again there from midfield. Going to find a way through attacking wise, but unable to do so at the minute. Now they will on this far right hand side. Back out to Sukic. Kubo hasn't been able to get on the ball just yet. Playing on the right side of the attacking 3. Sociedad again keeping possession very calmly. Real Madrid forcing them all the way back. So here is Ramiro in the Sociedad goal. To clear it long. He kept just 3 clean sheets last season in 37 league games. Alex Ramiro, how I'm sure he would love to start off a little bit better this season, keep a few more clean sheets possibly in the 26-27 campaign. Sociedad again, those black shirts trying to move the ball a little bit quicker. Real Madrid just standing firm at the moment, forcing them back once again. The ball is back in the shape of Ramiro once more. He will take his time. Doesn't want to take too much time though. You don't want to be doing that with Mbappe around, that's for sure. But ball is out to this near side. Is Betia. We'll find a pass there. Betia again. And eventually it's a foul there. And a yellow card. First yellow card of the game, which I think has either gone to Valverde or Carreras there. Late challenge by either. I think it's Carreras. Yes, it is. So Carreras is in the book there for a sliding late tackle on Kubo. As I was just mentioning, wasn't he? He hasn't really touched the ball, but he managed to get a little glimpse there and a little run away from Carreras. But Real Madrid left back, who's certainly under some competition now, isn't he? Keeping his place with the signing of Cucurella, that's for sure. But 28 league games last season, 2 goals and 3 assists for Carreras, including an assist against Schalke in Real Madrid's final pre-season friendly of the summer. And here come Real Sociedad now. It's a chance here! Oh, saved by the legs of Courtois this time at the other end. Well, Real Sociedad, what a chance that was. Let's just have a look. Well, it was Real Madrid who made the mess in the meantime. The ball was played down to Oching. He's about 8 yards out, left-hand side of the Real Madrid penalty area. Strikes it with his left foot towards the far right corner, and it's saved by the left leg of Courtois. But it will be a corner to Real Sociedad, and a chance for them to cause some problems for Real Madrid. It's going to be clipped in high towards the back post. Cleared away though in the end by Canate. Well, what a chance there for Real Sociedad. They could well have opened the scoring, but Courtois was on hand to save it. Stick out a strong left leg to divert it behind for the corner, which Real Sociedad have not been able to make the most of, but they have it now down this near side, right by opposite the centre circle. Here is Sukic now, back to Martin, now with Ramiro. The Sociedad goal clears it right-footed high over the halfway line. Again he's looking for Aching, who will count himself unfortunate, having not buried that possibly. The Kenyan winger. Real Madrid will pick up the pieces inside the centre circle. Here is Bernardo Silva, of course joined from Manchester City in the summer. I would have to say certainly goes down as a Manchester City legend, if not anything else, does he? He 32 years of age, still got plenty of years left in the tank really in terms of his position. You see players playing past the 35-36 range. Just look at Casemiro, don't you, really, as an example of that. And certainly while he's still got his little glint of pace about him, I'm sure he will be a huge cog in that Real Madrid midfield, or wherever Jose Mourinho opts to play him. Looks like a deep midfield two at the position at the moment. Here is Dumfries for Real Madrid. Rolls it inside to Huijsen. Out to the left-hand side to Carreras. Now Vinicius Junior outside the right foot, looking for Mbappe, but it's comfortable for Ramiro, and he will come out and capture that very easily. But certainly good opportunity, good play there by Real Madrid, it has to be said, the way moved it forward. Here come Real Sociedad then, with Ayathabel turning on the ball. Out to this near side, or far side should I say. Aramburu back into Betia. Betia now trying to play it forward, right up for Martin, but he goes into the midfield to Sukic, to Rientes, now out to the left hand side to Rientes again, onto this near side. The ball is down the flank, and now a chance for Uching to run at Dumfries. 1v1, he's got it, plays it inside to Kubo, he's into the area, flicks it to the back post, over everybody's head though, and eventually it goes out for a goal kick. Well, good play there, it has to be said, by Takefusa Kubo. It's of course Mallorca and Getafe winger. Japanese midfielder was just trying to show what he could do. 4 assists last season in the league, and certainly showing that busy piece there to get it into the area. It was a nice little flick. He was looking for an option at the back post, but just a little too high for everybody really. And here come Real Madrid. Here is Jude Bellingham. Out to this near side to Dumfries. Down the line it'll go to Gula. There's Arda Gula. Good see him field. Real Madrid have got it just on halfway at the moment on this right hand side. Gula trying to charge forward, decides to go safe with Valverde. Valverde over to the left hand side as Real Madrid keep it nice and cautious. Now Huijsen. Now this is where they can hurt you. Mbappe's dropped deep to pick up the ball, rolls it back to out to this right hand side to Gula. Gula now out to the right. This is good play by Real Madrid. They're very patient in their approach though, waiting for that little final pass to come. Now Canate inside to Valverde, out to the right hand side. Gula back into the shape of Valverde, out to the right hand side to Dumfries, keeping possession. Real Sociedad happy with that really, because they're not hurting them at the moment, but one pass and a key to unlock will certainly do that. Gula now 30 yards from goal, cuts in field, might try a strike, finds Valverde, tries to slip it through to Mbappe, but in the end it was read well by Betia, who blasted it clear, but it's still not away. Real Madrid, heavy pressure here. Gula switches play over to that left hand side to Carreras. Real Madrid have it on the edge of the Sociedad penalty area. They just can't turn and shoot here. Mbappe switches play. Here's Vinicius Junior. They're into the area now. Here's Vinicius Junior. Looks to set it up for Mbappe. He goes down. It was a half-hearted challenge really. Nothing in that at all. And he didn't complain, to be fair to the Frenchman. But Real Madrid will recycle possession, and they'll have it again with Dumfries now. Dumfries rolls it back into the feet of Bernardo Silva. Here is Bernardo Silva. We're just taking a look at this. VAR will take a look to see whether it was a penalty. It was a very slight push from Herrera on Mbappe. Not enough for a penalty to be given, I don't think, or certainly be overturned. But then again, what do I know? Because VAR, you just never know, do you? Let's be honest, it's whoever is in the on that facility. Here is Vinicius Junior. Carreras down the line. Now Mbappe again. 17 minutes gone here. Real Madrid 0, Real Sociedad 0. You're listening to unofficial studio-based off-tube commentary of this game. Just make sure you're watching the game through your local broadcaster, or you can follow the match, of course, on your local, regional or national TV broadcaster. As Real Madrid have possession again, out to this right-hand side to Dumfries, plays it inside. Bernardo Silva rolls it back to Gula, cuts in field here on the edge of the D, out to the left-hand side. Vinicius Junior gets into the area, gets to the byline, crosses it in there, could be a chance, and in the end Sociedad clear it away at the near post. Good football again by Real Madrid there, though, moving it very quickly. Certainly like to tease you, don't they? And that's what they did there. Just waiting for the option to arise. And in the end, it could well have worked with Vinicius Junior there, but credit to Sociedad. They managed to stop the cross from Vinicius Junior and clear it away. In the meantime, though, it's all Real Madrid at the moment. Possession football. Gula switches play. What a lovely little flick out to the left-hand side to Carreras. He's 1v1 against Aramburu. Stands up to him. Ball is with Vinicius Junior. Real Madrid have it 30 yards from goal. Huijsen has come to try and help out as well. Now Canate, signed from Liverpool in the summer, of course, out to that left-hand side. Here's Carreras, plays it in field. Mbappe, chance here maybe. Lovely football by Real Madrid. Dumfries clips it to the back post, looking for Mbappe's head, but Sociedad clear it away. They're under the cosh big time here. They need to get out and they're not doing it. Chance for Real Madrid again inside the area. They can't strike it away. It's relentless pressure here from Real Madrid. Here's Vinicius Junior down the byline, tries to get the cross in. Hook clear in the end by Sukic, but they're going to come again. The ball is coming back constantly at the moment, and you feel it's only a matter of time before Jose Mourinho's side nudge in front here. As the ball is down the right-hand channel with Gula. Tries to take two players on. A little bit greedy there, Ola Gula. And in the end, Real Sociedad do really well. And Jean Martin does brilliantly to clear it away there. And now there's a chance on the counter, possibly, for Uching to try and run forward. But in the end, he's lost possession, and Bellingham has won it back for Real Madrid. Here goes Bellingham charging forward. Picks out Vinicius Junior into the area. Lays the cross into the area. And again, Sociedad, they get away with that. And the ball bounces into the hands of Romero. But once again, Real Madrid looking so sharp on the attack. And Sociedad really struggling to contain them at the moment. They're in the groove at the moment, are Real Madrid. And when they're in that type of mood, it's very difficult to stop them. And Real Sociedad just playing the patient football now. They have it at the back with Romero, who's got it on the penalty spot at the moment. The edge of the D, rolls it out to this near side. Ball is given away, and Real Madrid are stretching to try and win it back, and they have. Here's the chance for Mbappe. Finds Vinicius Junior. Oh, it's saved by the legs again by Romero. Wonderful save again from the Real Sociedad goalkeeper. Vinicius Junior, he just tried to place it with his right foot on the left side of the area into the far corner, but I don't think the placement was clinical enough, and Romero was able to stick a leg out and clear it away. But in the meantime, here comes Sociedad. There's a bit of space here on this far right hand side. If they get this right, here's Kubo into the penalty area to the byline. Where's he going to go? Tries to get it on his left foot, of course. Puts it in there. Headed away by Huijsen at the near post. And now Carreras will head it out for a throw-in, but Going back to that opportunity just a few moments ago. Well, it was Sociedad who lost the ball in the middle of the park. It was Bellingham who won it back. He released Mbappe. He then found Vinicius Junior left side of the area, and his slotted finish to the far corner was saved by the legs of Romero. But well, that's 3 interventions from goalkeeper's legs, isn't it, so far? Romero 2, Courtois 1, if you want to put up the scores. But we've still got no goals here. Real Madrid 0, Real Sociedad 0. In what is the second game of this league season. And Real Madrid have won 13 of 18 meetings with Real Sociedad here in their own backyard. Jose Mourinho is telling his charges what he requires from them. Sure, he requires quite a lot, that's for sure. But Real Sociedad have not won here in the league since January 2019, so you have to go back quite a while for that one. How I'm sure they would love to turn that around tonight. But it is Real Madrid once again in possession. 22 minutes on the clock here, still goalless. Here is Bellingham, not for a want of trying though, that's for sure. Here is Canate, just on the centre circle, rolls it out to the left hand side. And now Valverde picks out Carreras on this far left hand touchline. Madrid will roll it back to the goalkeeper in the end. Here is Courtois, he gets ready to clear it, instead he finds Canate. And here is Huijsen, the former Bournemouth centre-back. It was a very brief period, wasn't it, when he joined Bournemouth from Juventus. He was only there 1 season, and he was that good that Real Madrid decided to take a chance on him. As the ball is shaped out to this far right-hand side. Here is Gula, cuts in field, finds Mbappe, tries to play the 1-2. Valverde, now Real Madrid back to the patient approach, but ball is shimmed out to this left-hand side to Vinicius Junior. Now Mbappe picks out Valverde, out to the right to Dumfries. Dumfries has got Valverde with him, plays it back to the Real Madrid number 8. There's a little 1-2 there, does Valverde, trying to find the option. Where's he going to go? The Uruguayan going to pick out Dumfries there. Again, it goes back to Valverde. 5 league goals and 8 assists in this competition last season. As Real Madrid are just keeping possession deep inside the Sociedad half, not going anywhere at the moment, but Vinicius Junior is looking to try and do that, but as he does that, he gives the ball away and then he commits a foul, and that will be a free kick to Real Sociedad, to the joy of those visiting supporters, I'm sure. Well, the best chance of the game so far has undoubtedly fallen to one of the best players, you would have to say, probably on the field, Vinicius Junior, or maybe you could argue Mbappe. They are much of a muchness, really, aren't they, those two? That's Vinicius Junior. His shot was saved by the legs, but Real Sociedad have forced Courtois into a save as well. As Real Madrid, as you would expect, are the team who have bossed possession in this one so far. And in terms of what can they make of it, though, 56% so far. As Real Sociedad will roll it back to the goalkeeper, Romero, who takes his time, puts it out, and in fact he's punted it out for a throw-in, so the ball will go out for a throw-in there for Real Madrid, and chance for them to try and clear their lines once more, which they do. And then the ball bounces off the Real Madrid man and goes out for a throw. So chance for Real Sociedad to try and keep a little bit of possession. And Romero will do exactly that. Here is Beta trying to find his man, but unable to do so there. Gets it back to Beitia. Where's he going to go now? Bukan Beitia, one of the 4 changes that Real Sociedad have made tonight, coming in at centre-back. Here he is again on the ball, trying to drive forward towards halfway. Opts for the left-hand side to Gomez. Gomez has possession for Real Sociedad. Trying to play the 1-2. This is a good play by Real Madrid. Here is Gomez down the line. Here's Ocheng now. That's good covering play by Dumfries there. Just got in front of him and cleared it away, but only as far as Gomez again. So Real Sociedad keeping possession down this left-hand side, and then it goes back to Martin. He goes down, and looks like Mbappe has just taken it off him there. There's a real opportunity to try and make something of it there for Real Madrid, but weren't able to do so. And in the end, looked like that was a foul, but it's play on, and here come Real Sociedad now, attacking down this far right-hand side. Ball is in the midfield, shape of Sukic. Herrera, this is good play on the left-hand side. Finds Gomez, rolls it back into the feet of Herrera. This is good play by Real Sociedad here, keeping it very nicely, very cautious. Yangel Herrera, once again the Venezuelan midfielder, in his first full season, should I say, as he came part of last season to Real Sociedad from Girona, sitting in that midfield too. The pivot, they call it these days, don't they? Sociedad have possession inside the centre circle once again, but it's going to go all the way back to the goalkeeper Romero, who's going to take a touch and get ready to play it over to that right hand side. Is Aramburu under pressure there. In the end, Real Madrid do well and force Sociedad back to the goalkeeper once more. Well, Real Sociedad scored 7 goals in their last 5 matches, but they lost 4 of those 5 matches. So, including, of course, a 1-0 defeat to Betis on the opening day. So they'll be looking to certainly change that, you would have to say. As, here comes Sociedad again. Here is Gomez. Plays the ball in field. Good football once again. Midway point of the Real Madrid half. They're getting closer to the penalty area. Now he's Ocheng. He's took control of it, but he couldn't quite release the pass on the edge of the area. And instead here come Real Madrid, moving forward, but keeping possession very comfortably. Here is Dayan Huijsen towards halfway. Back short. Good play by Real Madrid there. Out to the right hand side to Canate. Towards the centre circle. Infield. Good play by Real Madrid here. Looking for an option. Bit of possession. Sociedad trying to close them down. It's a nice little turn by Mbappe to get away from 1, to get away from 2. It's a lovely... Oh, he's going all the way, Mbappe! And then in the end, took off his feet, but I think he's got the free kick anyway. Well, just great skill there by the Frenchman. The way he just had the ball twisted, turned on it. He beat Herrera. He skipped past Takefusa Kubo like they weren't there. They both fell to the ground because they just couldn't get to grips with him. And in the end, I think it's Kubo that just clipped him before he could drive anywhere closer to the Sociedad penalty area. So we've hit the half-hour mark, or in fact, just as I say that, looks like Real Madrid have given the ball away from that set piece. And Sociedad have got possession. So not sure what happened there, but or whether there was an offside given in the process. But whatever it was, it's... back in the shape of Sociedad, who clear it forward, high, over the halfway line. It's going to reach Gomez, who takes control of it. Left-footed, drills the cross in towards the near post. Canate gets to it, and eventually Dumfries volleys it clear, and volleys it down the line into Bellingham. And Bellingham's having his shirt pulled there, and eventually he gets past Herrera, who's going to get a yellow card for his troubles there. Well, he was close to getting a booking when he was tugging Mbappe just a few moments ago, but now he has gone in the book as the Venezuelan, and he was pulling the shirt of Bellingham all day. Bellingham to be fair to Bellingham, he never really complained. He just got on with it. But you certainly can't do that. And Herrera picks up what is his first yellow card of the season. He got 2 the last season in the 12 league games he played. He's already got 1 at the start of this one. So, well, 31 minutes on the clock. Real Madrid 0, Real Sociedad 0. You're listening to unofficial studio-based off-tube commentary of this top-flight Spanish fixture. Make sure you're watching the game through your local broadcaster, or of course you can follow the match on your local national TV broadcaster. As the ball will go out for a throw-in, and it will be a throw to Real Sociedad on this near left-hand side, which Sergio Gomez will look to try and take. He, of course, once Manchester City man. He's in his 3rd season with Real Sociedad now, and certainly making that left-back slot his own. Talking of full-backs, Real Sociedad have believed to agreed a bit of a deal package for Barcelona's right-back Hector Fort. So there could be something going on there with Sociedad, hoping to bring him to the club. It would be their first signing as well of the summer, which is crazy, isn't it, when you think about it? But here comes Sociedad now. The ball is out to the left-hand side. It's Sergio Gomez. There's a lovely little 1-2 with Oching. They've got it on the left-hand side here, deep inside the Real Madrid half of Sociedad. Down the left it'll go again. Trying to keep possession down the line, and there is, in the end, Kubo's not going to get to it. And the ball goes out for a goal kick. But nice piece of football there from Sociedad, just rolling the ball around. And Takefusa Kubo couldn't quite get on the end of that one. And so it was pretty easy for Real Madrid to ease it away. And now the ball is in the feet of Real Sociedad. Here is the number 8, Torrientes, who is another one of those changes that Sociedad have made. Bena Torrientes, Real Sociedad midfielder, 1 club man, 24 years of age. Here he is again in the midfield, trying to play it around. As Sociedad do well, and they get it out to the left-hand side. Here is Torrientes again, rolling forward. He's got Sergio Gomez with him. Gomez clips it forward down the left-hand chance. A good ball there. Finds Oyarzabal, holds the ball up on the corner of the penalty area. Turns, spins, needs support, plays it out to the right. And it comes back to Oyarzabal, who clips it into the air. Chance here, a volley comes in, and it's just wide. Oh, that was close. That was close from Real Sociedad. A fizzing volley with the left boot, which flies inches wide of that far right-hand post. Sergio Gomez, he wasn't offside either, came out to him. He's about 6 yards outside the corner of the Real Madrid penalty area on this left-hand side, and the way he just swings at it with his left boot, bang, hits it, connects it perfectly. It's outside of the boot as well, and the ball spins inches wide of that far right-hand post. A real close call there. And, well, you have to say, it was very close indeed. But here come Real Madrid in possession. Certainly a warning to Jose Mourinho's side, that's for sure. Sure, he'll be pretty satisfied, Matarazzo, the American coach. He's 48 years of age. And what he's trying to, or hope to do here, in his time at Sociedad. But Gula will try and drive forward for Real Madrid, unable to do so for the moment, but he gets it back, does Gula, tries to hook it over the back of the Real Sociedad defence, unable to do so. Arda Güler created 7 chances in the season opener before being substituted on 64 minutes. Now they would love him to create something there, Arda Güler, but unable to do so. But here comes Sociedad now, charging forward. He's Oyarzabal, he's gone down. Bellingham went through him, but he got the ball according to the referee. Or no, he didn't. The referee now has called charges back to it. Well, I have to say, when Bellingham slid in initially, I thought that's got to be a free kick on Arthur Bell. He does get a bit of the ball, to be fair, but he takes a lot of the man. Let's have a look at this. Well, I don't know, maybe he did get the ball. It's a very tight angle from what we can see, but in the meantime, it is a free kick to Real Sociedad. It's about 10 yards outside the Real Madrid penalty area. So slightly left of centre. So it's a chance here for maybe an effort on goal. Sergio Gomez is over it. And so is Sukic. Clips it with the left boot, does Sukic. Headed away by Huijsen. And now it's picked up by Mbappe, who turns past one. And he's going to go at pace. Mbappe down the left-hand side. Here he goes. Past one. He's trying to take on Aramburu. He's still got the ball, Mbappe. Finds Bellingham. 30 yards from goal. He's got a chance to shoot. Bellingham here. Still Bellingham. Is he going to strike? No. Picks out Mbappe with the clip. But it's straight into the hands of the comfortable Romero in the Real Sociedad goal. But that's more like it from Real Madrid once again there. They just lost their mojo for a few moments ago. Give credit to Real Sociedad though. And well, they got it back a little bit there. And here is Huijsen. He's going to shoot from distance, but that's well wide of Romero's goal. Well, interestingly, Alex Romero actually leads the league at the moment in saves per match with the total of 6 that he made against Betis. Not sure what the numbers are for this one. He has, of course, made an important save by the legs of Vinicius Junior. Here he is again, Romero. Hoists it high over to that far right hand side. Sociedad keeping possession at the moment. Real Madrid putting them under. Got to be careful here, Sociedad. They get it back to Romero again, who's on the edge of his 6-yard area. Right footed clearance over to that left hand side. Gomez just about keeps it clear, hooks it on the volley first time. Bellingham heads it down, trying to keep control of it, Real Madrid, but unable to do so for the moment. And the ball does go out for a throw-in, which the Real Sociedad coach Matarazzo will collect and get ready to bowl it back into play. Here come Real Madrid now. Once again, here is Dumfries. Plays it inside to Canate, inside the centre circle. Valverde spins on the ball, out to the left-hand side to Carreras. Back to Valverde again. Now into Canate. There's Huijsen playing it out from the back of Real Madrid now. And now is a chance for Valverde to go on a run. He slips in Mbappe. Chance here, Mbappe! He makes no mistake this time. A fine finish with his left foot into the back of the net. And just like that, Real Madrid have opened the scoring. They can cut you with a knife when they want to. Well, the blade has certainly worked wonders here. And Kylian Mbappe is off and running for Real Madrid. And he gets his first league goal of the season. It's Real Madrid 1, Real Sociedad 0. What a lovely piece of play. And Valverde, well, he just drove through the centre of the Real Sociedad midfield, slipped in Mbappe. He takes a touch with his right foot on the penalty spot, and then he strikes it with his left foot. And the ball crashes into the back of the net, the top echelons of the net. And Real Madrid lead by a goal to 0 here in the Spanish capital. Real Madrid 1, Real Sociedad 0. And if you give Mbappe an opportunity like that, he's never, or very rarely, going to not take it up. And that's what he's done. Takes it with great aplomb. And I'm sure it's a relief for those Real Madrid supporters. But Sociedad have given the ball away, and there could be more trouble here. On the edge of the D, they clear it away. But the ball is still not cleared fully. Here is Gula. Out to Dumfries. Real Madrid recycle possession for the moment. Goes back to Canate. He plays it into Valverde. What a lovely ball that was, by the way, by Valverde. The way he just stroked it through to Mbappe. Great piece of improvisation from he. As we all know, Valverde has that in his locker. He certainly showed that once again there. But in the meantime, here's Ayathabel on the left-hand side for Sociedad. The clearance is off Canate. Or should I say, his cross was cleared by Canate, but it goes out for, I think it's a corner. It is. It's a Real Sociedad corner. Well, that was came from nothing, really. It was just one punt upfield. Looking for Ayathabel to chase the loose ball. He got on the end of it, and then his cross from the left was deflected behind by Canate. So a chance for Real Sociedad to get back on level terms from the corner. It's going to be Sukic with the corner. In it goes towards the near post. Oh, almost. It's cleared behind for another corner. Well, Dayan Huijsen was on duties there, and he had to be, because that was a drilled in low corner there towards the near post. It's taken short again. Here is Kubo. Sukic clips it into the area, and that's meat and drink for Courtois, who will catch those all night. And he rolls it out now to Carreras for Real Madrid. There's the diagonal ball, looking for Bellingham on this near side. It doesn't find him though. And now here comes Sociedad on the attack. Also, lovely ball by Ocheng. He puts it through the legs of Canate, and then a great tackle from Dumfries to cover the play there. But, well, that could have been interesting for Real Madrid. But here's Valverde now. Releases the ball out to Mbappe on the left-hand side. He's 1v1 against Aramburu. He goes past him. Mbappe with a shot. Comfortably saved in the end by Romero. But once again, Kylian Mbappe showing the kind of form we all know and love from high-quality footballers such as he. And that's what he was showing there on the left-hand side, the way he just coasted his way through the Real Sociedad defence. But Real Sociedad have got a chance here, a real opening. Oh, and the shot is blocked. And Ocheng's shot comes in, and they've equalised. Oh, incredible! And the ball has been put in by Sukic with his left foot. He drills it low into the bottom left-hand corner. And Real Sociedad are back on level terms with 2 minutes to go until the break. You cannot switch off when Real Sociedad counter, that's for sure. And that's what Real Madrid did there. Gave them too much respect when they didn't need to. Well, let's just see this again. It was Sergio Gomez with the punted high ball over the top of the Real Madrid defence. A beautiful ball it was. Ocheng took control of it, beat Canate, cut inside, and as he looked to just fire it into the far corner, it was blocked by Canate, but the ball rebounded into the path of the waiting Sukic, who's on the right-hand side of the Real Madrid penalty area, 10 yards out, and he places it low, left-footed, into the far bottom left-hand corner. It's a sumptuous finish from Sukic, and Real Sociedad are back on level terms here. Real Madrid 1, Real Sociedad 1. We've got 5 minutes of stoppage time to play. Well, if you have just tuned in, you're missing a bit of a blockbuster here. It's, well, very good evening to you if you have. But in the meantime, here's Mbappe now. Tees it up. There could be a chance for a shot here with the right foot. Oh, it's blocked. In the end, well, it was another chance there. Real Madrid it was, trying to Dumfries, who found himself in the middle of the pitch there, 20 yards from goal, struck it with his right foot. But Real Sociedad were able to clear it. And in fact, we've got 2 minutes of stoppage time. Beg your pardon. Looked like it was 5 on the old board, but might have to get me glasses checked on that. But no, it is 2. So Real Sociedad will hook it clear towards the halfway line. Again, Real Madrid trying to see to the possession. Here's Ayathabel. Clears it over to Takefusa Kubo, who's in a little foot race with Huijsen there. Huijsen does well, deals with it. Ball is clipped over the top. Oh, that looks like it's going to be a booking for Aramburu. He's caught Vinicius Junior, who was accelerating down the left-hand side, and he takes him down, and he gets a yellow card, does the Sociedad right back. So Jean Aramburu, who picked up a yellow card in the 1-0 defeat to Betis, has his second one already of this league campaign. He got 11 last season. But as mentioned, he will have a little bit of competition if Sociedad can confirm the move for Hector Fort from Barcelona. Yes, here is Bellingham for Real Madrid, just turning on the ball inside the centre circle, rolls it out to the right hand side. We've played 2 minutes now of the stoppage time played, so only a couple of seconds to go, you would feel, and that in fact is the end of the first half. Well, what an end to the first half it's been. Real Madrid 1, Real Sociedad 1. Real Madrid taking the lead with just 5 minutes to go into the break, thanks to Kylian Mbappe with a cool left-footed strike into the top left-hand corner before Sukic equalised just moments before half-time with a sumptuous left-footed stroke into the far left corner. It's 1-1 at the break. We'll be back in 15 minutes. Make sure you check us then. Welcome back to the second half here. It is firmly poised at 1-1. It's fair to say, between Real Madrid and Real Sociedad. Jose Mourinho's side who took the lead through Kylian Mbappe before that goal was cancelled out by Luka Sukic, the Croatian midfielder, for his first league goal of the season. And so both teams are currently in the dugout. They're just making their way out now as we speak. Be interesting to see whether either side has made any changes, of course, in this one. We'll have to wait and see. It doesn't appear to be the case, although Kante Kubo is being checked out there by head coach Matarazzo, just making sure he's okay to continue. And in fact, it does appear that Real Madrid are making a change. I can see Cucurella in the dugout here, so Marc Cucurella looks like he may well be coming on for the second half. Can certainly see his number, can certainly see him in the tunnel, and he is amongst the, what I can only assume, the starting Real Madrid team, but till we know for sure, yes he is. Cucurella is coming out, and out he comes, so I can only assume that that's a change for Carreras. He is on a yellow card, of course. Carreras got booked in the first half. We'll get that confirmed in a moment, and we can confirm it is Carreras that has gone off and Cucurella who has come on. So that is the one and only change. Doesn't appear that Real Sociedad are making any changes as yet, but Real Madrid certainly are. And Spanish left back Marc Cucurella, who joined from Chelsea in the summer after spending 4 seasons with the London club. And of course he did actually start his career just not far away from here. Marc Cucurella in Barcelona. Never played a senior game for them, only for the B team. But now he's donning a Real Madrid shirt. And he's on the field for the second half. So we're off and running then in the second half here. Real Sociedad get us underway, kicking from left to right in this second half. Real Madrid from right to left. In all black are Real Sociedad, in all white are Real Madrid. And what has Jose Mourinho had to say to his side, because they got the goal through pretty much what they deserved, but as the half drew to a close, Real Sociedad just started to get a little bit more comfortable, and the equaliser came. So we've got a nicely interesting second half ahead, I'm sure. But here is Kula, first time ball, a chance here for Real Madrid. Oh, and again it's saved by the legs of Romero. Mbappe it was that struck it with the left boot. It's still not over. Here's Vinicius Junior now into the penalty, tried the cross in there, shot comes in and it's wide. Or as it took a deflection, it has. It will be a corner to Real Madrid as Arda Güler puts his arms up to say, come on, to the Real Madrid supporters, let's get behind us. It was Vinicius Junior actually that had the strike. We'll come to that in a moment. It's a corner to Real Madrid from this far left hand side. Arda Güler is going to go over and take it with that trusty left foot of his. There it goes towards the bar. There's the header from Huijsen, and it's over the bar. Well, that's as close as Real Madrid would get, but lovely, simple side roll pass it was through the back of the Real Sociedad defenders. 2 Real Sociedad defenders. Arda Güler, who split the defence splitting pass. Mbappe is through left hand side of the area, strikes it with his left boot, but doesn't get it enough across the keeper, and Romero was able to stick a leg out and save it. So, well, there has been plenty of leg saves in this one, that's for sure. That's the fourth one now. There's 3 for Real Madrid, or should I say 3 for Ramiro to have saved, and 1 for Courtois. As here is Valverde out to the right hand side, and we've had 2 minutes gone in the second half. If you have just tuned in, and a very good evening to you. You are listening to unofficial studio based off tube commentary of this Spanish top flight fixture. It is Real Madrid 1, Real Sociedad 1. Vinicius Junior has just gone down, so that'll be a free kick there to Real Madrid, and a chance for them to move through the lines. It was Aramburu who has to be careful. He's on a booking already, having been yellow carded in the first half, so have to tread carefully for the final throws. 43 minutes or so, but in the meantime, here's Vinicius Junior on the left hand side. He's going to run at Aramburu into the penalty. A lovely ball through, chance for Ardegula. Back heels it. Is he going to be struck? Dumfries back to Bernardo Silva. They've gone back now on the edge of the area. Here's Bernardo Silva, tries to poke it through down the right hand to the byline, and that will be a corner. Well, in the end, Real Sociedad clearing it away, and as Dumfries tried to drill the cross back in, they couldn't clear it, Sociedad, and it will be a corner. Chance for them to get the ball into the box here, and eventually, well, they do, but it's cleared away right the way upfield. And now Real Madrid can come with Ardegula. He spins on the ball and he's off and running. Here he goes, tries to play the ball through to Mbappe, but it was cut out well. Good defensive midfield play by Real Sociedad to block Ardegula off there. Here is Gomez on the far left hand side, trying to drive in field. He leaves it for Oyarzábal inside the centre circle. He will go forward. He's got Aramburu making a great run on the right hand side. Aramburu plays it inside to Oyarzábal again. Lovely football by Sociedad down the right hand side to the byline. Aramburu, he'll win a corner as well, or will he? Or has it come off him last? It's come off Huijsen, has it? No, it hasn't. It's come off Aramburu last. Let's have a look. Yes, he did. Tried to cross it in, but Huijsen managed to do it right and deflected off the Sociedad man and out for a goal kick. So here come Real Madrid now, charging forward. Valverde with a lovely ball out to the right hand side to Mbappe. He's driving forward. He's 1v1 against John Martin. Goes on the outside of him and he puts it wider than near post. Or is it a corner? Well, Mbappe certainly thinks so. The Sociedad players are asking the question. Let's have a look at this. Well, Mbappe on the right side of the area gets the shot in. Now, does it take... Oh, I think it does. It takes a slight nick off Martin and goes behind for a corner. And Martin is complaining. Sorry, not Martin. Mbappe is complaining. But it is a goal kick to Sociedad. So... oh, you can certainly see Mbappe's face. He wasn't impressed at all. But here comes Sociedad. What a lovely reverse pass by Oyarzábal out to that far left-hand side, and he's released. Gomez now is going to be onto it. First time ball into the penalty area, cut out well by Canate, and out for a corner. Great defending by Ibrahim Canate there, slid in and put it out for a corner by Oyarzábal. What a ball that was. He was inside the centre circle, just reversed past it, left-sided, out to Gomez. Acres of space down the left, but his cross diverts behind for a corner. So Real Sociedad will have a corner on this far left-hand side. It's going to be taken with the right boots. In it goes towards the near post. Oh, there's a chance there all of a sudden. Almost came out to the far stick there. Went right across the near post there and to the far, but it couldn't be punted home. But still Sociedad have possession on the edge of the Real Madrid penalty area now. In a dangerous position. He's Sukic. He's already scored, of course, in the first half, equalising goal. But he loses possession. Here's Bellingham now driving forward. He finds Mbappe over the halfway line. Picks up Vinicius Junior into the penalty area. Cuts in on the right foot. Lovely ball down to Cucurella. To the byline. Oh, it's saved by the legs again by Romero. How many more times is he going to use his legs to thwart a Real Madrid attack? Well, that one was more of a cross, really. Cucurella, the angle was always against him on that left-hand side, and his low ball was cut out well by the Real Sociedad goalkeeper at the near post, but, well, like I say, it could have gone absolutely anywhere there. But, here comes Sociedad now with possession. Here is Herrera, another Sociedad player in the book, of course. Inside the centre circle. 53 minutes on the clock. Real Madrid 1, Real Sociedad 1. Here is Aramburu over the halfway line down this right hand side. He's all of a sudden going on a little run here. He's been allowed to as well, but Bernardo Silva snaps at his heels and gets in there, and he wins the free kick as well. Really clever play by the former Manchester City man there, who hasn't had too much to do in terms of defensive prowess really from his side. Here is Bellingham. Nice little flick away there from his man Bellingham. Gets it out to Vinicius Junior on this left-hand side. Roll back to Cucurella. The half-time substitute came on for Carreras at the break, who had been booked in the first half, which I can only assume that is the reason, or whether Real Madrid were just looking to give a bit more attacking intent, which of course Cucurella does give you. Here is Courtois. Plays it back to his centre half. Courtois will clear it forward, left-footed, over that near left-hand side. Mbappe's going to try and chase it, doesn't get there. Ball rolls out for a throw to Real Sociedad. And so it's a chance for the visitors to start once more. But, they have a throw-in, which Aramburu will take. Midway point of the Real Madrid half on this near right-hand side. They've got another throw further up the field, level with the Real Madrid penalty area now. Chance for Aramburu to try again. Throws it into the Japanese man Kubo. Gets it back. I was right by the corner flag on this near side, and now they've got a throw-in right by the corner flag. Real Sociedad. Cucurella putting that one out for a throw. It does appear that Real Sociedad are going to be making a change. I think it's Oscarson, is it? That may be coming on. We'll bring you more of that in a moment. But in the meantime, still Sociedad have it right by the corner flag, and Aramburu's trying to get a cross in, and in the end he cannot do so. And Real Madrid see to that. Very easy in the way. Cucurella goes into his own penalty here. The ball is flicked back to Cucurella, who's going to whack this clear for the moment. He does get the 1-2 there. Very fortunate to get away with that. And Bellingham has gone down under the challenge of Lukic. Might be a yellow card there for Lukic. Bit of a light lunge. I think the referee's going to let him off with that one, by the looks of it. But he's still awaiting Ori Oscarson. It looks like the 21-year-old striker will be coming on for Real Sociedad. As I say, we'll give you more details in a moment. Did actually start the game against Betis, but he's been replaced tonight for Mikel Oyarzabal. Here is Arda Güler, sweeps it left-footed over to that left-hand channel. What a lovely ball to Vinicius Junior. Takes a touch, but too heavy, and the ball goes out for a goal kick. But you could certainly see what Real Madrid were looking at there. In the meantime, there is going to be a change here for Real Sociedad. I think it's going to be a double one, is it? Yes, it is. So Aramburu is going to be coming off, and on in his place is Zubeldia, who did start against Betis in a central defensive position. He takes the captaincy armband off Oyarzabal, of course, because he is the club captain. And the other change is going to be Oyarzabal for Oscarson. So Oscarson, who got 9 league goals last season, the Finnish Icelandic striker, will be coming on to the field. So a double substitution. Oscarson, Zubeldia on, off Adamburu and Ayathabel. In the meantime, Real Madrid will take stock and possession and look to show what they can do as they move the ball towards halfway. Here is Bernardo Silva into Canate. Plays the ball through the lines. This is into Odegula now. Trying to drive with that left foot of his, the Turk, and sweeps into Bellingham. And then he tries to volley it out to the left, and he does. He gets it to Cucurella. Now Vinicius Junior on this left-hand side. He takes on Zubeldia, gets the low ball into the near post, and eventually it's cleared away. And here comes Sociedad now coming forward. And that's a nice little skip challenge by Lukic there. He gets, Sukic should I say, gets over rides the tackle, and he gets it back. The Real Sociedad goal scorer leaves it for Kubo, goes on a run down the right hand side. He goes down, and he was looking for the free kick. Referee opts against it, and now Real Madrid can come forward with Gula out to the left hand side to Bellingham. Bellingham's got Vinicius Junior on this touchline, cuts in field to Vinicius Junior. Here he goes now, driving forward, tries to play it through to Valverde, but it was cut out. But here's Cucurella out to his left hand side to Bellingham, trying to find some kind of way through here. Real Madrid unable to do so. Just the one change for them at half time so far, just the one substitute, Cucurella on. As Jose Mourinho's got plenty to look at though on the bench, the likes of Alexander Arnold, Brahim Diaz of course, and the goal scorer who won the game, Carlos Espy. Here's Gula into Valverde, back out to Bernardo Silva. Valverde now will drive forward. He's got Cucurella in acres of space on the left hand side. Cucurella back to Valverde, pokes it to Mbappe. Lovely one too, a chance for Mbappe, and he finishes it in. And it's Real Madrid 2, Real Sociedad 1. That was concrete football from Real Madrid. Beautifully placed by Mbappe into the far corner with his right foot, just outside the 6-yard box on the left-hand side. Exactly where you want him to have it. And that is his second of the evening for Kylian Mbappe. The Frenchman, cool as you like, with a calm finish after a beautiful piece of 1-2 play. Let's just see this again. Cucurella back to Valverde, rolls it into Mbappe. Lovely 1-2 between he and I think it was Bellingham who played it through, or well, lovely play, and Mbappe gets it back. It was Bellingham, yeah, lovely play there. Mbappe played it into Bellingham, he played it back to him, left side the area, 6 yards out, and then slots it with his right foot in. Looked like it went through the legs actually of Romero, who you have to say has been really unfortunate because he's kept his legs closed pretty much the whole of this game, making some wonderful saves with his legs. Well, he couldn't do anything on that occasion. Straight through him and into the far right corner it goes, and Real Madrid are back in front by 2-1. And the hopes of a possible result here for Sociedad just starting to ebb its way out. But it's only 2-1, isn't it? But here come Real Madrid again on the attack. Down the right hand side is Dumfries, clips the ball towards the back post, but it's caught very comfortably in the end by the Sociedad goalkeeper Romero. So very comfortable in the end. And Mbappe and Bellingham just share a nice little high five as both combined for that goal. But in the meantime, here's Gula now on the right hand side. He's driving forward, going to get it onto his left foot, tried to do so but just snuffed out there. Great work from Kubo, who come back and helped his team and won the ball and clears it upfield. Otherwise that could have been another dangerous opportunity there for Real Madrid. And here is Bernardo Silva now, walking pace, rolls it into Canate. Of course those two were rivals for years, weren't they, Bernardo Silva and Canate, the Liverpool and Manchester City connection. Now they're playing on the same team, and again they pass the ball between one another. Here is Valverde, back to Bernardo Silva, who is looking for an option now. Side foots it low, out to this left-hand side to Huijsen. The other Real Madrid centre-back, of course, into Bellingham. Mbappe out to Vinicius Junior now on this left-hand side. Good sliding tackle there by Zubeldia. Just got his foot right when he needed to. Nice little slide tackle. Will be a throw into Real Madrid though. And they take it quickly. Here is Canate into the centre circle. Back into Bernardo Silva. Takes a touch on it. 62.5 minutes on the clock. Real Madrid 2. Real Sociedad 1. Here's Vinicius Junior. Mbappe clips the ball with his right foot over to that right hand side. Gula takes a touch. Now he has the ball. We're going to play it into Bellingham. Here is Bellingham now. Look at a drive in field. Thought about the shot, but goes back to Bernardo Silva, who's probably the furthest he's been up pretty much all game. Huijsen on the edge of the Sociedad penalty area. Here he is again, Bernardo Silva. Out to the right hand side. He's just so simple, isn't he? The way he just picks up the ball. And with that left foot of his, he can just ghost his way wherever he wants across the field. He uses class, doesn't he, Bernardo Silva? But here comes Sociedad. Oscarsson gets his first touch since coming on. And here come Real Sociedad on the attack now. Here's Kubo over the halfway line. Out to the right-hand side to Zubeldia. Here is Sociedad centre-back, Igor Zubeldia. 29 years of age now. The one-club man. And here he is again. He's playing on the right side of the back four. As rolls it in field. Chance maybe for Sociedad to get an option. Here's Terrientes. Ocheng out to Sergio Gomez on this left hand side. Sociedad having a bit of possession now, which they haven't really been able to get off in this second half. Too much of it anyway. Sergio Gomez trying to take on his man. Tries to put the cross in, but good work by Bellingham there. And he deflects it behind for a throw. So Sociedad will have a throw. Level with the Real Madrid penalty area. Take it quickly. Now into the feet of Herrera. Herrera's got his foot on the ball at the moment. Back to Gomez on this left-hand side. Sociedad getting closer to the Real Madrid penalty area. They're about 20 yards outside at the moment in the central position. Here's Sukic. Rolls it out to this near right-hand side to Zubeldia. Zubeldia is under pressure for Vinicius Junior. Nice little bit of triangle football there from Sociedad, but Real Madrid have got everybody back behind the ball at the moment. Here's Zubeldia in a battle with Cucurella. Who's going to win that one? Cucurella wins it. Hits the ball out for a throw-in. And the Real Madrid supporters enjoyed that one. But here is Kubo. Goes past Bernardo Silva with ease into the penalty area. Gets to the byline, but he just runs out of room to deliver the cross. And all of a sudden there, just a little jink of play there on the Japanese winger. He drove past Cucurella, or should I say Bernardo Silva, and then tried his best past Cucurella, got to the byline but just couldn't quite deliver the telling pass across the goal. I certainly can't blame him for trying, that's for sure. Trying to come forward if they can at the moment, unable to do so, but there could be possibly a chance maybe. Again, there's Herrera moving the ball around, and in the end the ball is back in the shape of Real Madrid. Here they come again, those white shirts. Moving the ball from right to left at the moment on this near side, keeping it comfortable. Here is Canate. Oh, could be a chance here. The ball was inside the Sociedad penalty area. It could have gone absolutely anywhere there. They moved it so quick, and then a simple ball from Gula into the area. Oh, they've given it away, and here's Bellingham into the penalty area, onto his left foot, onto his right foot. Where's he going to go? Strikes it, blocked in the end, but Bellingham's won it back terrifically. Here he goes, pulls it back, and that is a wonderful goal from Vinicius Junior. Oh, credit due Bellingham. That's absolute magic from the England man. The way he just didn't give up the ghost, down the left-hand side. He tried at first to try and get a strike in on goal. It was blocked. Then he lost possession. But then he won the ball back inside the Sociedad penalty area, reversed the pass across the goalkeeper, and Vinicius Junior had the simplest of tap-ins. But he gives all the credit to Jude Bellingham, and rightly so. Absolute magical piece of play there. Let's see it again. Well, Bellingham, as I say, he was trying to set himself up on the penalty spot. Left foot, right foot, shot was blocked. Then in the end, it was Sukic, would you believe, the Sociedad goalscorer, who got caught out, thinking he'd got enough of Bellingham. No, he hadn't. The England midfielder put his body in the way, won the ball, and rolled the ball across for Vinicius Junior to do the rest. And the two are on the floor saluting each other. And well, kids, if you see anything like that, watching football, what I've just described to you, I can tell you that is how you do it. Wonderful piece of play by Jude Bellingham. Do not give up, never give up, even when it looks lost. And Real Madrid lead by 3-1, thanks to Vinicius Junior. And it's his first league goal of the season. So both the world-class strikers, Vinicius Junior and Mbappe, are off and running. But he certainly owes the favour to Bellingham for that. So Real Sociedad then, who has to be said, certainly gave themselves a glimmer of hope with the equaliser at half-time, and they haven't really moved on in the second half, and Jose Mourinho's side have coasted and been comfortable on the ball, moved it at will, and looked like the side that was always really going to go on and get more goals. And when you've got the likes of the Bellinghams, the Vinicius Juniors, the Mbappes, well, you're always going to create chances, aren't you? And that's exactly what they've done. Bellingham getting his second assist, by the way, of the night. In the meantime, and Sergio Gomez trying to pull one back there for Sociedad. Got a bit of room on the left side of the area, but his sweeping left foot shot fired well over the crossbar. And so it will be a goal kick to Real Madrid. But you can't blame him for trying there. Saw a little half chance. In the end, the ball sailed well over the crossbar. We've got 20 minutes remaining. If you have just tuned in, you are listening to unofficial studio-based off-tube commentary, where it is Real Madrid 3, Real Sociedad 1. Make sure you're watching the game through your broadcaster. Or of course, you can follow the match on your local, regional, national TV broadcaster. So Real Madrid are in cruise control now, it's fair to say. Here is Huijsen. Back to their goalkeeper, Courtois. Across the penalty area to Canate, who rolls it down the line. Now Bellingham. Oh, lovely turn from Bellingham. He's having his shirt pulled there, and that will be a yellow card. And that's the second time he's had his shirt pulled and a player's been booked. Cannot contain him, is the obvious answer. In the meantime, Vinicius Junior will keep this in on the left-hand side, and he wins a corner there. Comes off Zubeldia and goes out for a corner to Real Madrid. Well, it all started with Bellingham having his shirt pulled there and then flinging the ball out to the left-hand side. And I think it's not sure if it's Beta that's got in the book this time. A yellow card, but there we go. In the meantime, here come Real Madrid. They want more here. Here is Ardagula. Sets it up. He's going to shoot from range. Oh, shot's blocked. Out to the left-hand side to Gula again. Tees it up for Vinicius Junior. It was Valverde who let fly from 30 yards there. Here's Bellingham on the left-hand side. Trickery play by Bellingham. Lovely play. Still got it on this left-hand side. Still got it. Holding the ball up now. Knocks it into Vinicius Junior. Back to Mbappe. Tried to prod it through. Back to Bellingham there. Well, if anyone deserves a goal, he does tonight. And in the end, Canate's pushed down, and that will be a free kick. Canate just slamming into the back of the Real Sociedad man who tried to turn Oscarsson. He was never really going to get anywhere, to be fair. And Borenskia and Carlos Sola are the other two that have come on for Real Sociedad. Oching and Herrera have gone off, so two changes that were made just a few moments ago. And I'm sure Real Sociedad will be hoping those changes take effect and change the game, but you feel that the game is certainly going away from them now at 3-1 in the backyard of Real Madrid. But well, they say it only takes a goal to change a game, doesn't it? Here is Bellingham. Vinicius Junior, oh, lovely play. Here's Bellingham, sweeps it forward. What a lovely ball that is! And he's released Mbappe into the penalty area. Could be a chance here, plays it back. He was looking for Vinicius Junior, who was on the edge of the D, waiting for the ball to come to him. But in the end, Sociedad do well and defend it and clear it away. But what a textbook pass from Jude Bellingham there. Right foot swept it over to the far side, released Mbappe. And as he played the ball back on the edge of the box, it just couldn't be taken. But Sociedad are going to be making their fifth and final change of the evening. Takefusa Kubo is going off the field to be replaced by the Portuguese striker Gonzalo Guedes, who did have a spell with Wolverhampton Wanderers in the Premier League. He only got 2 goals in 29 Premier League games there, though. Wasn't quite a success, but he got 8 league goals for Real Sociedad last season in the league. Turns 30 in November, Gonzalo Guedes. But he has been injured, and his last game was in fact for his national side back in June, in that famous summer tournament. In the meantime, the ball will go out for a corner to Sociedad, which they get back, and here's a chance here, looking with the shot, oh, parried away by Courtois. Well, you couldn't blame him for having a go at goal there with his right boot. Great effort there. Turrientes let fly with his right foot. It's flying into the top right corner, but Courtois dives to his left and gets 2 strong hands to parry it away. But it does go out for a corner to Sociedad, which they take. Maybe they're not done yet on this near side. Clipped into the box. Oscarsson was trying to get connection to it, but in the end Huijsen gets to it first and heads it clear. Well, Real Madrid have only made 1 change all evening. They are now going to be making a double substitution, which we will let you know what that is in a couple of moments' time. In the meantime, here comes Sociedad again with possession on this far left-hand side, trying to dig their way through the Real Madrid midfield, but you're not going to do that with Bellingham. And here he is, he puts it out to the left-hand side to Vinicius Junior, who carries the ball forward, tries to take on Zubeldia. It's a good challenge by Zubeldia, though, wins it back well, plays it in field. And now a lovely 1-2 is Turrientes, out to that far left-hand side. He's going to turn on the ball, by the looks of it, is the Sociedad substitute Guedes, and he does. Nice little 1-2 out to this left-hand side. And here is Sola. Now Borenskia trying to play a nice little 1-2 between the two. Zubeldia back into Sukic. Seems a long time ago since his equalising goal, doesn't it now? Here's Guedes trying to get his way into the penalty area. He's putting it out to the left-hand side. Here comes Sociedad now, approaching the box, looking for a strike on goal. Here's Carlos Sola. Lovely ball. Here's Guedes with a shot into the near post of the netting. That was good play by Sociedad there, though. Nice ball from Turrientes. Released it down the left side of the area. 8 yards out is Guedes, always at the angle. But he hits the near post of the netting, but he took a deflection on the way through, so it will be a corner to Sociedad, which they take quickly. Turrientes flings the ball into the box, away by Huijsen. Not away yet, though. Shot comes in by Sukic, and it's over the bar. A rifled, right-footed shot flies over the bar from the Croatian. Well, his composed finish in the first half was certainly something that was neatly dispatched, and it wasn't quite on that occasion the volley over the bar. He's had a couple of strikes on goal though, certainly can't blame him for trying. In the meantime, Real Madrid are making more changes. Jude Bellingham is coming off to a huge reception and a big hug from Jose Mourinho. Camavinga is on the field. Brahim Diaz is coming on for Arda Güler, so that'll be a straight swap as well, as Brahim Diaz will fling out to the wing, I'm sure. And that looks like the changes for now. We'll keep you up to date if there's any more, but just the double change with Camavinga and Brahim Diaz. In the meantime, here is Sergio Campos on the left-hand side. Guedes, lovely piece of play here between the two. Just if they can get the ball into the box. Gomez, can he do so? He delayed the cross and he's given it away. And here come Real Madrid, and here's Brahim Diaz straight onto the ball. Plays in field to Mbappe, releases Brahim Diaz into the penalty area. Down the left-hand side, he's got options to pick. In it goes towards the penalty spot, volleyed behind by Zubeldia, and it will be a corner to Real Madrid. But just seeing that goal again, the third one where Bellingham, it was actually Baitia who we managed to ruffle out of his way, Bellingham, before squaring it for Vinicius Junior to slot home. And that was Mbappe's, I should say, that was Vinicius Junior's first goal in the league of the season. In the meantime, the corner is swept in towards the back post. Mbappe volleys it back into the feet of Valverde. Out to this left-hand side to Vinicius Junior. 1v1, where's he going to go? Cuts in on the right foot, pokes it through. A great chance for Mbappe, and it's the hat-trick for Kylian Mbappe. It just gets easier and easier for Real Madrid. They lead by 4-1, and Kylian Mbappe is without doubt off and running now in this league campaign. Jose Mourinho doesn't even stand up to clap that, just on his seat, serious-faced. Well, I think he's just appreciating the job being done. And although Real Madrid struggled in the first half at times, they're certainly not struggling now. And a nice, neat finish from Mbappe. Vinicius Junior, it was, who slipped him through the edge of the 6-yard area on the left-hand side. And it's just the cleverest of dinks from Kylian Mbappe over the goalkeeper into the far right corner. Delicious. And Real Madrid lead by 4-1. And Sociedad will probably just want to go into the showers now, won't they? Bless them. We've got another 10 minutes to go yet as well. And it was always going to be a difficult task, wasn't it? Coming to Real Madrid on the second league game of the season. The incredible funny thing about it actually is Real Madrid are tonight playing what is technically, this was meant to be game week 1 fixture between these two sides. It was scheduled for the opening set of the fixtures, but it was postponed due to the fact Real Madrid had a number of players involved in the 2026 summer tournament. So that is the reason. As Sociedad will have possession on this right-hand side. Here's Torrientes, slips it down the line. It's a good ball, but Enske tries to get the cross in from the right. Blocked well. Gets it back though. Could be a chance here for Sociedad. They get it into the area, and then they were looking for a foul there. Nothing doing. And in the meantime, here come Real Madrid again, driving forward. And here's Kylian Mbappe driving him forward. He wants 4 now. Plays outside to Vinicius Junior on the left-hand side. Cuts in on the right foot. Where's he going to go? Tries to slip in Mbappe again, but this time Sociedad cut it out. Well, they had to do it. Here is Cucurella into the feet of Camavinga. Now Vinicius Junior cuts in field, holding the ball up. Back to Camavinga. Real Madrid just rolling the ball round at ease now, knowing that the result is definitely theirs. No doubt about that. Canate has it at walking pace at the moment, and Sociedad, you can certainly see that they have, you can never say given up, can you, but you can certainly see that they really don't want any more of this. But here is Brahim Diaz now, back to Dumfries, infield to Valverde, back out to this far right hand side to Dumfries. Camavinga plays it back to Mbappe. Here is Mbappe into Brahim Diaz, tries the 1-2, lovely flick play. It's going to come back out to Dumfries. He thought about a shot there on the edge of the area, but decided against it. But in the meantime, chance here, comes off the post from Valverde. Well, once again, it was just quick interchange passing from Real Madrid, moving the ball side to side, front to front, and then Brahim Diaz took control of it, raced into the area, fired the shot. The ball comes back off the right-hand post. But, it's a delight to watch this Jose Mourinho side as the ball is flung over to the left-hand side to Vinicius Junior. He's not going to keep that in. Well, what a start for Jose Mourinho. This is going to be the second coming of the Portuguese head coach, and he is certainly delivering something similar. It will be Real Madrid's second consecutive league win of the season as well, 2 from 2, as Vinicius Junior will take a big hug off his boss, and on in his place will come Diamande. So the Ivorian Jan Diamande is on the field. He's 19 years of age, signed from RB Leipzig in the summer. He got 12 league goals for RB Leipzig, and Real Madrid paying well over the 110 million mark for him, so it'll be interesting to see what he can show. And of course that's what you can do, isn't it, when you're a club like that? You can go and buy the best young talent. He's certainly one of that. And I'm sure he would love the fact if he could get on and get himself a goal. There's still time for him to do that yet. 6 minutes to go. As a sorry Sociedad have possession. Here is Sola out to this left hand side. Gomez now. Plays it in field. Oh, chance for Guedes. He's into the area here, pulls it back. Could be a chance there, but Camavinga is alert to the danger and gets to it first and clears it away. First time over that right hand side. He was looking for Brahim Diaz, couldn't find him, and the ball goes out for a throw-in. So Real Madrid are going to be making the 5th and final change of the evening, and it's going to be Bernardo Silva. And the Real Madrid supporters, once again, the claps are there, and SB will come on for Bernardo Silva. And if ever Real Sociedad needed to worry anymore, well, I can tell you this lad is 21 years of age. He scored 3 goals in his last 4, including the winner against Espanyol last time out. Signed from Levante in the summer after 11 league goals there last season. He's another one that Real Madrid are hoping has the potential to be world class, as we've got 3 minutes to go in this one. If you have just tuned in, and a very good evening to you. You're a bit late for this one, but better late than never, as they say. You're listening to the unofficial studio based off Tube commentary. It is Real Madrid 4, Real Sociedad 1 in this top flight Spanish fixture. Here is Brahim Diaz now, driving forward down the right. He's going to drive in field, but rolls it back to Camavinga, who takes a touch with his left foot. Plays it into Valverde. Valverde into Mbappe, who's got a hat-trick already. Flings the ball high towards the penalty spot, looking for the ball to drop there for Carlos Espi, but not to be on that occasion. And comfortably cleared by Sociedad. And here they come on this near right-hand side. Zubeldia with a play it through. That looked a free kick there to Sociedad. Referees waved it away. I have to say, that was a real acrobatic one in the middle of the park there, where the Sociedad men high up in the air, but there you go. Referee not having any of that. And here come Real Madrid now, sweeping it out to the left-hand side. Here is Diamande. They take on two Sociedad players, but he opts for the safe option. Rolls it infield to Valverde, who's once again been super impressive. An assist to his name. Here's Camavinga. Back to Valverde. And they're just watching Real Madrid knock the ball around at the moment. Sociedad, they just can't get near them at the moment. Here's Cucurella down the left-hand channel. He's Diamande now. Show what he can do. Oh, he's got past one. He's into the penalty area. Still to the byline. Drills it low. And it's parried away by Romero and then eventually cleared away. But the way he just glided past Baranetskia, well, it was like he wasn't there, to be fair. I mean, he's not one for showing he can tackle, is he? Let's be fair, Baranetskia, but certainly showed him a clean pair of heels there. Did Diamande, the way he just rode past him and almost producing the fifth goal for Real Madrid. Here is Huijsen now inside the centre circle. Get to Cucurella. There's the ball through, looking for again. It was Carlos Espi on the end of it, but out comes Romero in the Sociedad goal. We are approaching the last minute now of normal time. And Real Madrid have possession in the middle of the park. Here is Camavinga. Pokes it out to the right hand side. Here's Canate. Huijsen in connection if he needs to. Whether he'll use him, I don't know. Wait and see. Cucurella down the line to Diamande. Back in field to Mbappe. Swivels, passes to Camavinga. Oh, it's a lovely flick through, and there's a chance here. Espi with the effort, low. Oh, save for the keeper, but it's going to be prodded home. And it's into the back of the net for goal number 5. And it's Brahim Diaz, the substitute, who finishes it off. Well, it could have been a goal from Carlos Espi, the other substitute. He was played in. Lovely little flick through to find him on the right side of the area. He hit it low with his right boot towards the far left corner. And Romero parries it, dives to his right, gets a strong hand to it, but it's not strong enough to push it away. And waiting in the wings is Brahim Diaz from 6 yards out to slot it into an empty net with his left boot. And Real Madrid lead by 5 goals to 1. And you'd have to say that really is curtains now if it wasn't before for Sociedad. Or is it? In fact, is the goal going to be chalked off for offside? It is. So it is no goal. No goal. It was checked and it has been ruled out. So it remains 4-1. But here's Camavinga now, driving over the halfway line. He's got Brahim Diaz making a brilliant run. He's going to be very cautious with it though. Rolls it back. Now Real Madrid knocking the ball around very comfortably. Here's Huijsen inside the centre circle. Cucurella picks him out. Down the left-hand channel, Diamande. 1v1 against Berensky. He takes him on again. Beats him again. Gets the cross in. Oh, the goalkeeper. Romero dropped it, but he caught it at the second time of asking. And he clears it forward towards halfway. And now here's a little turn and swivel from Sukic, who switches play. What a lovely little floated ball out to the left-hand side to Gomez, that is. Gomez takes control of it, knocks it down the line. Baranetskia wants to get on the end of it. He's waiting for it on the right-hand side. He's in acres of room as well. Nobody's spotted him yet. The Sociedad winger. Real Madrid, they will now, will they? No, they decide to opt against it. Now they'll spot him out to this right, and you can see he was a little bit frustrated he didn't get it there in a good position, but he's got it now. Plays it short. Back into the feet of Zubeldia. Now into the centre circle. Sociedad just trying to see whether they can get themselves a goal and make it a bit more of a less heavy defeat, which is always what you try and do, isn't it, when you're losing by that, just to get a goal, bring a bit of confidence back to the team. As Mikolaj Athabal sits on the dugout after his stint and start this evening. There is still murmurs going on whether his future does lie here, of course, the 29-year-old Spanish striker. As Barcelona have been touted to be looking at him. Here is Camavinga, who Sociedad, of course, would certainly not want or welcome any more further contact. In the meantime, Guedes has just took one to the face from Camavinga there. That's going to be a yellow card for the Real Madrid midfielder. Just put his hand to his face there as he tried to get rid of the ball, the Frenchman. And so that's his. He got 2 yellow cards, Camavinga, last season in his 29 league matches, but he has picked up 2 in his last 3, with 2 domestic friendlies over Coruna and Schalke. As here comes Sociedad again. Barentzkia looks to flick the ball on down that right hand channel. Huijsen has fallen over. He's got it back to his goalkeeper somehow, don't know how, but he did. That's all that matters, isn't it? And so it is what it is, really. And Jose Mourinho just having a little chuckle there at the back. And that's it. The referee has blown the whistle. It's a comprehensive victory on Jose Mourinho's first or second homecoming on his first league home game of the season. A Kylian Mbappe hat-trick and a Vinicius Junior strike is enough to give Real Madrid a 4-1 victory. Sociedad did equalise through Sukic in the first half, but once Real got the second, there was only going to be one winner. Final score here in the capital of Spain: Real Madrid 4, Real Sociedad 1. I hope you've enjoyed listening to us tonight, and a very good evening to you all.